The Boston Red Sox have had a little bit of a rough week so far. They got swept by the Tampa Bay Rays, but one of the biggest problems this season has been the right-handed hitters not hitting well, especially now with the absence of Adam Duvall. It is a big problem the Red Sox are going to have to figure out. Can the right-handed hitters in this lineup hit? We're going to discuss it right here on Bleach Balls. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive straight into it. You're watching Bleach Balls. My name is Derek. I'm here with Luke, and let's get straight into it. So obviously, a lot of the lefties in the lineup have been doing somewhat well. At least Alex Verdugo, Rafael Devers have been doing well. Adam Duvall was doing amazing up until his injury in Detroit. And however, the right-handed hitters Justin Turner, Christian Arroyo, Kiké Hernandez, Yu Chang, Bobby Dahlbeck. You can even add Rob Refsnyder in there, I guess. He's in 158. There hasn't been a lot of success from the right-handed hitters in this lineup. And that's got to be some sort of a problem. Luke, you want to tackle this? Who do you want to talk about? A specific person, just the right-handers as a whole? Take it how you want.
I want to tackle Bobby Dahlbeck on pavement is what I want to do so he won't be able to be in the lineup and ruin any more games at any other positions. It's been really bad, and I was really high on Adam Duvall when he got signed, and when Story got hurt, it was very apparent how lefty heavy this lineup was, and I thought Adam Duvall was exactly the kind of player that they needed. Not a long term commitment, just a 1 year deal, and he could really. He's one of those guys who can go on a tear and carry a team for a couple weeks at a time. That's what he did right up until he got hurt. And I'm told that Justin Turner is a streaky hitter like that too. So I feel like he's 37 or maybe 38 right now. So I know he's getting on in years, but I don't think he's washed up. He hit like over 300 from June through September last year. And Kiké Hernandez, we know what kind of player Kiké Hernandez is. He's gonna suck for a couple weeks, barely make contact, and then for the next couple weeks, he's gonna rake. He's gonna hit a few bombs. He's gonna hit a couple doubles. He's a good base runner. I mean, but other than those guys, I mean, what do you really have? I like Christian Arroyo. I like having him on the team. I like having him in the lineup every day. As the second baseman hitting eighth or ninth, I really like Christian Arroyo. I feel like I haven't even seen him. I haven't seen him get a hit this year. I don't think he might have one or two. I missed them. I wasn't
He's
watching
got seven,
when
actually.
he's got 7 hits, and I've
Yes.
missed more innings than I realized that I had. He just hasn't hit anything, and it's I remember in 2021 he got off to a really hot start, and I think that's why he's still on the team now. He really earned his stripes there and was a part of that team. But I mean, anyway, look, you don't have much thunder from the right side of the plate. It's all lefties. It's all lefties. And someone's got to step up. And the thing is, with Turner and with Hernandez, the history is there, the talent is there. They will hit, but they're so streaky that they'll probably get hot at the same time, and the Red Sox will put up 8-9 runs a game because Devers is going to hit all season, and Casas I think will hit all season. He's going to get through this really quick, this slump he's in right now. But it just, I mean, there's no consistency from the right side of the plate, and this early in the season, you're not going to be able to trade for anybody. So I think they're stuck with what they have from the right side of the plate until Duvall comes back.
Yeah, and you start looking at the lineup they have, and like it is very lefty heavy. We know that. We've talked about it before. It's going to be a very lefty heavy lineup. Rob Refsnyder did hit a home run today. I am, looking forward to him against left-handed pitchers because we know he hits lefties very well. Doesn't hit righties that well, so you really can only use him against lefties. But you do have Raimel Tapia against righties, and Tapia is solid. Realistically a fourth outfielder, but there's a lot worse options that the Red Sox could potentially have to go to than Raimel Tapia and Rob Refsnyder in a platoon. Um, Justin Turner struggling, Kiké Hernandez struggling, Christian Arroyo struggling, even Connor Wong struggling. But at the catcher spot, he's bringing good defense, good pitch framing, all that stuff, calling the game. You can't complain much about their offense if they're doing all the other stuff good at the catcher position. But these right-handed bats have to step it up. They got to figure it out. Justin Turner is hitting what Mm, he's hitting over 200, but not by a lot. Um, Arroyo's hitting sub 200. I think Kiké might be hitting sub 100, or maybe he's just gotten back over 100.
He got
Um,
back. He had two doubles yesterday. I don't think he had any hits today. But he was at 125 earlier today, like
yeah,
in his first at bat today. And Turner had two hits yesterday, and at least one hit today.
yeah. So maybe things are like the hope is that maybe things turn around a little bit. Um, I mean, Yu Chang has what 10 plate appearances. I know he doesn't have a hit, but it's 10 plate appearances. You can't take too much from that. I mean, Dahlbeck's down in the back to the 220s in like what 10 plate appearances, but 10 plate appearances. It's also not ideal that Dahlbeck's playing. That's another thing, but
Yeah, it
yeah,
shows how lacking in righties they have even at the minor league level too. Because there was no hesitation. I'm sure. Oh, we'll bring Dahlbeck back up. Well, what else are you going to do? You can't bring Cedon Rafaela up. First of all, he's not hitting much anyway, and you need offense.
he's in Double A
And
anyways.
he's in Double A, and you can't. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing down there. Hamilton's a switch, or he's lefty.
I think he's a lefty.
He's a lefty. Emmanuel Valdez is a lefty.
Lefty, yep.
Is Fitzpatrick right-handed?
Nope, lefty.
So Fitzpatrick's left-handed too. So it's look, second half of the season.
It's Fitzgerald, not Fitzpatrick.
Did I say
Yeah, you
Fitzpatrick?
said Fitzpatrick. I think you said Fitzpatrick.
Wow.
Fitzgerald.
I know it's Fitzgerald.
You got Ryan Fitzpatrick, the football quarterback.
Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Get that Fitz magic. The beard
Mario
magic.
Alfaro hits righty, but defensively as a catcher, he's awful.
Yeah, he sucks. He can't catch really. What was I gonna say? Yeah, second half of the season. Look, you get Duvall back and maybe you get Story back. You got a big league lineup. You got a couple right-handed threats there. But it's just how do you get that far? I like I know Kiké will hit, I know Turner will hit, but I don't know that there's enough right-handed thump in this lineup to get to to stay in contention that long. So I'm a little worried. It's 13 games into the season. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe Turner and Hernandez will have great years. Maybe Arroyo will have a good year. But it's just hard to imagine the team recovering from the loss of Duvall.
Yeah, and they don't really have any other right-handed bats. So, like, you didn't know you went to lefties, but Trevor Story, injured list. Adam Duvall, injured list. Mondesi's a switch hitter, injured list. And then the only other guy in the 40-man that hits right is Rafael, and he's in Double A. He's not getting called up now. Look at the 40-man. Emmanuel Valdez, David Hamilton, Jaron Duran, Willier, Abreu, all left-handed hitters. And you even start looking at even the AAA teams somewhat lefty heavy. Like Ryan Fitzgerald hits lefty, Daniel Palka hits lefty. Nick Sogard and Nico Goodrum are both switch hitters. But yeah, it is a pretty lefty heavy AAA team too. So there's not a whole lot of right-handed thump to be found for the big league team besides the guys who are on the injured list, and we know none of them are coming back anytime soon. Story's not coming back till July at the earliest, and Duvall, June at the earliest? I mean,
it almost feels like it's by design, like it's an organizational objective to load up with left-handed hitters, which that can't be it.
That can't be it. I think they're just going for guys they like regardless of whether they hit righty or lefty, and it just so happens they have a lot of lefties, but it's really
look,
weird.
What is it? 30, maybe 35% of hitters are left-handed. The vast majority are right-handed. So if it's not on purpose, and look, I'm not here to defend it and be like, oh, maybe there's something to this. Go for just lefties. I'm just thinking if they're just going after talented guys, they all happen to be left-handed. It seems like a real long shot of that just by the odds that there would be some right-handed hitters in there.
Yeah, I think it's like there's like Alex Verdugo can hit lefties and righties, right? There are some guys like that, and there are also like there's some right-handed hitters. Like a name I'll bring up, I think he actually got DFA'd by the Brewers, but Keston Hiura can't hit lefties, although he hits right-handed, but he smashes right-handed pitching. Can't hit lefties, although he hits right-handed. It's weird. There's some guys who maybe they hit lefty, but they're gonna hit lefties better. There are some really weird guys out there that you never know, but it is weird. And the Red Sox, with this stretch that they're in, facing a lot of lefties, their lineup has become vulnerable because you look at the lefties in their lineup and you go, Verdugo, who can hit lefties, so can Devers. Devers can still hit lefties, but you know, Yoshida, I know he's been injured the last couple of days. Cassis, Reese McGuire when he does play. They're all lefties. And you look at the righties in the left. Justin Turner actually hits righties better than lefties, although he is a right-handed hitter. Duvall's injured right now. Christian Arroyo does hit lefties better. He started off slow. Kiké Hernandez does hit lefties better, started off slow. Rob Refsnyder hits lefties like 10 times better. But he hasn't played a whole lot either. He's got what, like 30 not even 30 plate appearances.
But you just look, every team except the Red Sox seems to have a lefty specialist reliever. So it's just you're so left, and very few lefties hit lefties well. For whatever reason that is. Plenty of righties can hit righties just as well as they hit lefties, but most lefties really struggle against left-handed pitchers. So late in the game with this kind of lineup, you're always susceptible to that lefty. You're playing the Yankees, you get them in a jam, they bring in Wandy Peralta, and there's a good chance he's going to shut you down. Just like the Rays just seem to have an endless train of left-handed pitchers. I don't know where they're getting them from, but I've never seen a team with so many lefty relievers during this 4-game sweep. It just feels like they're really vulnerable, and it's just hard to believe there's so few right-handed bats.
Yeah, and it is weird. It definitely is weird. Like, how many lineups do you see that, like, legitimately you could have 5 every day, maybe even now, even 6 when you look at Duvall being out, and Raimel Tapia is probably going to get a lot of play in center field once they stop facing lefties every day. Like, you'll see some lineups now from the Red Sox. You might have 6 lefties starting with Verdugo, Devers, Yoshida, Cassis, Reese McGuire, and Raimel Tapia.
You'll see some with 7. You'll see some with just Turner and Hernandez in there. I mean, you'll probably see a lot of those with 7 lefties in there this year.
It would be the 7th lefty. I don't think they have 7 lefties on their active roster.
Well, yeah, it'd be Verdugo, Casas, Devers, Yoshida, McGuire,
Tapia,
and
that's it.
That's only 6.
Yeah, they only have 6. Because their bench is their bench against righties will most likely be Wong, Chang, as of now, Dahlbeck, and Refsnyder.
Oh,
it's all righties.
It feels like they would have more. All right.
Although Jarren Duran could get called up at some point too, you never know.
Yeah, 6 left. 6 lefties is a lot of lefties.
Yes, it is. It very much is, and it is a little concerning. But I mean, if they end up playing well, right, with 6 lefties in their lineup, I don't think anyone's going to complain.
But look, they're in a stretch against a whole bunch of lefties.
Exactly.
They got 3 lefties coming at them this weekend against the Angels, and we saw what happened with what the Rays did to their bats. So it's a big concern. And yes. I just think that's the strategy. Oh, the Red Sox are coming into town. All right, let's get all our lefties ready.
Although it is really weird though, because it wasn't like these teams like devised, we're throwing all the lefties against the Red Sox in terms of starters. The Red Sox might just are just unlucky with how everything kind of fell into place. Although the Angels, they might have like all lefties in the rotation besides Shohei, so you're gonna get lefties with the Angels anyways. Any final thoughts on this Red Sox lineup, either the righties or just as a whole, before we wrap up?
My final thought is I am looking forward to seeing what they can do in the second half of the season when Story and Duvall come back, because I foresee a lineup that looks like Verdugo and then Devers and then Turner and then Yoshida and then Verdugo and then Devers and then Duvall and then Yoshida and then Story and then Casas and then Hernandez and then McGuire. Like I think the lineup will look really formidable in the second half of the season, but it's gonna look really. I feel like it's gonna look rough until then. I thought this lineup was gonna rake coming into this season, but Duvall getting hurt really changes everything. If Yoshida got hurt, if Casas got hurt, if one of them was the guy who was the main starter that got hurt, even Verdugo, I would think, okay, we can survive this. Losing Duvall, I feel like was the one guy other than Devers that I felt like this team really couldn't lose,
Yeah,
and they lost him.
if everyone's healthy, the lineup. Yeah, Verdugo, Devers. I think Story probably hits third. I mean, maybe that's just me because you get a speed on base for the guys behind him with Yoshida, and then probably Duvall, maybe Justin Turner, maybe Duvall hits seventh. Who knows? But like you're getting a lot more length in the lineup, and there's a lot more righties to break up the lefties, and good righties, not just Bobby Dahlbeck hitting fourth or fifth. Right? You're getting righties who are actually at least hopefully going to hit, and I think that's the big thing. We'll see how everything pans out, but I think the long term, I think for the Red Sox, the righties that they have now have to improve, get better, and get out of the slumps that they're having to start the season.
And that's
Uh,
what it is. I mean, it's mainly on Kiké and Turner. And I wrote about this on Tuesday, bleacherbrawls.com. Kiké Hernandez, you want to step up, you want to be that guy everyone looks to, you want to be the off field leader, then you got to show it on the field. You want to bash the outgoing leadership saying they couldn't get it done off the field, you got to do it on the field. And this is not going to cut it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a great place to wrap it up then. Make sure to check out all of Bleacher Brawls links in the description. The Bleacher Brawls website, podcast, Instagram, and Twitter, plus all the crew's Twitters. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever we post. And for Luke, my name is Derek. Thanks for tuning in to Bleacher Brawls, and we'll see you next time.